Hello YouTube, I'm Dr. Fox. Today, let's think about this question. Is it safe to use hair dye when you are pregnant? My answer is, in short, yes. Although there's not a huge amount of research on this, doctors think that pregnant women can use both permanent and semi-permanent dyes on their hair as the chemicals they contain are not highly toxic. It's true that if you use a huge amount of a hair dye, the effect on the chemicals could harm you. However, given that normal usage exposes us to a very small amount, you needn't worry too much about this. That said, you should wait until you've got past the first trimester to dye your hair, as the risk of damaging the baby is much greater during those first 12 weeks. And if you go ahead and color your hair when you're in your second or third trimester, you should make sure you take some precautions. 1. You should wear gloves. These are always provided with the product, but make sure you put them on. 2. Leave the dye in your hair for the shortest possible time. 3. Make sure the bathrooms or wherever you are coloring your hair is properly ventilated. 4. Rinse, and rinse again afterwards to make sure there is no product left on your scalp. And 5. Never dye or bleach your eyebrows or eyelashes, as you could end up with swollen or infected eyes. You could also consider having highlights instead of an all-over color. In highlighting, the color doesn't touch your scalp, just your hair, so there's no risk it can be absorbed into your skin or bloodstream. Alternatively, you might want to try semi-permanent vegetable dyes such as henna, as they are definitely safe. Whatever treatment you are getting done, whether coloring, farming, or anything else, remember that the texture of your hair will probably be different now you are pregnant to how it used to be. This means that even if you've colored your hair before, it might react in a way you don't expect. For example, because it's got frizzier or thinner or less absorbent. We recommend doing a strand test even with a product you've already used. If you are going to a salon, tell the stylist you are pregnant because she may well have good advice. Okay, next question. Is it safe to use hair dye when you are breastfeeding? As with coloring your hair when you are pregnant, very little research has been done about this. However, the vast majority of doctors believe you can safely go ahead, as only a minute amount of chemicals is absorbed into your system. You won't pass it on to your baby through your milk. There's one exception though. If you use a hair dye or another grooming product on infected or irritated skin, or if you have a cut or graze, then more chemicals will enter your system. So be especially careful in this situation. That said, as with all the other products we've been talking about, we recommend not using anything during your first trimester just in case. The fact that no scientist has found evidence that chemicals in hair dye hurt babies in the womb doesn't mean no evidence exists. It may mean they just haven't got it yet. If you have any questions about coloring your hair during pregnancy or breastfeeding, ask your doctor. Okay, last question. Can you work as a beauty technician while you are pregnant? If you work in a beauty salon or similar environment, you're exposed to a lot more chemicals than people who just have the occasional beauty treatment done. Researchers studied one group of women who carried out a lot of bleaching and permanent hair dye treatment in beauty salons, working more than 40 hours per week, and another group who work as nail technicians in salons, and found that both groups were more likely to have a miscarriage than other women. If you do work in this type of environment, you can reduce the risk by making sure you always wear protective gloves, you don't eat or drink in the working area, and there is proper ventilation. Okay, thank you for watching. See you soon.